celebrate it back in India as well as here in Cleveland and other places they do it. So Aradhana means the the final day when they passed away. So that day is also called as Mahasamadhi. So Mahasamadhi Aradhana camp. So that Mahasamadhi is on August 3rd. So July 30th through August 3rd. So it ends on that day. And for last 23 years, that 1 week we have dedicated for all of us to gather together and involve in sadhana, day from morning to evening, and to recognize his contribution. And that to this year is even more special because it is the 100th year, and the worldwide celebrations will conclude with this Mahasamadhi camp. So it's quite a happening year.
Oh, I forgot to mention one more thing. Exactly. You know, for the Mahasamadhi celebration, one of the things, I think we showed you a video about Chinmaya Jyoti Yatra, right, in India. Okay. So similarly, there are 4 Jyotis. Our Swamiji is leading that initiative. There are 4 Jyotis in different parts of the US, East, West, Midwest, and Central. So they are going to culminate. They have started their journey long time ago. They have been going from center to center and staying there for 1 month, and then they get forwarded to the next center. It's all fully chalked out details. And they are all going to culminate here at the Mahasamadhi camp. So the first day evening, see, typically people will come around 3 o'clock or so. They will check in. They will register. Once they register, they will be given a room number. Then they can go to the front desk, and they will give you a key. Also, you'll have to give a credit card for any incidentals, like any other hotel, you know, like if you use the phone, and normally we don't use so incidentals. And then you will all assemble together. So in the evening, we will receive the Jyotis. All the 4 Jyotis will come. Puja Guruji will receive them. And that is the culmination of Chinmaya Jyoti Yatra. And as I said, the Jyotis have been going around. So all 4 of them will be here together for the first time, and at the camp. And then later in the evening, Guruji will inaugurate the camp formally by lighting a lamp, and that's the first day program. But sorry, I forgot about that Jyoti program.
Must.
Oh, I didn't hear.
He said, what about dress code? I said a must. Preferably Indian. Poor fellow man. Yeah, it's a must, and preferably Indian, especially for the Jyoti Yatra when we are receiving it, Indian clothes, and then the end, August 3rd, we'll have the Mahasamadhi Puja, Paduka Puja. So again, Indian clothes preferably. Have your kids come to the Labor Day camp? How many of your kids have attended the Labor Day camp? Okay.
Did they have fun?
So, oh, she's already accepted. If they have fun, then I'm good.
No. But again, that meditation, it's not mandatory. It's optional. If you can wake up in time and be there, yeah, most welcome.
And continuous.
But it's not that since you are registered to the camp, you have to. If you attend, great.
For the kids, it will be after breakfast.
Yeah.
The classes will start, and
they will break for lunch again with all of you, all of the adults, and so afternoon you can get to spend some time maybe with them, and then again their activities.
And again in the evening, just before dinner, is when you get to see them again. Yeah. So the whole day, 3 times and one sleeping time is when you see them. Rest of the time, they are engaged in their own activities. They have classes, they have painting sessions, hands-on
Yeah,
activities.
lot of fun. Lot of. You had a question?
Did I hear my $50?
Any other questions? One last time. Okay, thank you very much. Hariom.
You should be asking them how many of you are registering.
So yeah, how many of you are planning? How many of you are planning? Oh, it's good. That's good. Please make sure you. Khandelwalji has already registered.
I want to tell students who did not attend long time back. And my daughter joined the camp. She enjoyed so much. She didn't want to come back. She wanted to It was so much fun.
But you will have to take them back.
So on the 3rd of August at noon, our responsibility is over. We are back. We'll be back with you. Okay.
So whenever we have questions, I'll call him back and we can train our guns at him. So every once in a while, I'll keep calling him. So if you get any questions during my lectures, keep them with you. You can ask him. Okay, getting back. We have 20 minutes. I think we can cover at least a sloka or two. 5th chapter. What sloka are we on? 6th. Yes, 6th shloka. So please pull out your books. Sannyasasthu mahabaho dukkhamaptumayogataha yoga yukto munir brahma nachirena In the beginning of this chapter, as Arjuna had questioned Bhagwan, that it seems like sannyasa seems easier, renouncing seems easier than the karma. Why do you insist on me going through karma if it has to finally be renounced anyway? Which is something like the children have the argument for making their bed. Do you ask them to make their beds? And what is their argument? What's the point? It's going to get messy again. And it is going to be clean when I'm not there. How does it matter? Right? Just because it will get messy, not to keep it clean, does it make does it make any logic? Similarly, when Arjuna says if you have to finally abandon it, finally give it up, why do we have to perform? The mental makeup that is required for somebody to come to that level of renouncing, that it does not, its presence or absence does not bother them or create any restlessness from within. When the children come home, what are they interested in? Are they interested in homework, textbooks, studying, Kumon? Are they interested in that? What are they interested in? Huh? Playing, goofing around, watching TV. See, when they are really small kids, they are into all these toys and dolls and at what age do they get out of that dolls and toys? Oh, yeah, never. No, that is okay. I'm talking of dolls and toys. Barbie, Spidey, and such. Okay, as I hear, average about 6th, 7th grade is when they drop it. When they drop it, those toys, dolls, they are there, still there, lying around. But does it really create that same kind of disturbance which their presence or absence would have caused 2 years earlier? Right? They have now given up, they have renounced. To come to that point of renunciation from the earlier things that they were involved in, today the pattern that we have evolved into is, unless I am attached to something else, I am not ready to drop this out. But there comes a point, if you have lived your life in a very satisfactory manner, going through different aspects of life, there comes a point wherein you have seen it all and it does not create any kind of disturbance. That matured peace that one finds, until you have reached that point, renouncing becomes something like, it is being ripped apart. It is not a natural process. So what will happen if it is being ripped apart? So such sannyasa, such process of renunciation, sannyasastu mahabaho dukkham aptum ayogatah. For those people who perform even temporary sannyasa, when you take some vrata, or when you take some nishtha for certain festivities, I'll do nirjala Shivratri. Do you know what is nirjala Shivratri? So anything that is dehydrated, I eat. Nirjala. Anything that is not burnt, I eat. जो जला नहीं, nirjala. No, nirjala means not even a drop of water. And it is at that time your neighbor brings this pudding, which even if you refrigerate, stays only for one day. And it is staring at you, a whole dabba full. It's inviting, pick me, take me. And you keep resisting, and finally, when the intensity of in and around that lunchtime, you've just crossed that lunchtime, and the intensity of hunger is really up there, and you pass by it, and the whiff of it catches, and then, Lord, sorry, next year. See? My vrata, according to the Indian standard time, is over. So please excuse me. And then get indulged in it. If something that interesting is there and you are asked to keep away from it, instead of focusing on anything else, what would we be focusing on, thinking consistently? That pudding. Ayo, it is going to go waste. Ayo, it cannot be even refrigerated. Uthte, baithte, constantly you're thinking only about it. There is a bhajan that these tiny tots sing. Uthte bhi Ram kaho, बैठते भी राम कहो, सोते भी राम कहो, राम राम राम. Similarly, our condition will be like उठते भी पुडिंग कहो, बैठते भी पुडिंग कहो, सोते भी पुडिंग, pudding, 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 pudding. Constantly, that is what will be running. Would we be meditating on the Lord? Om Puddingaya. Om Pudding. It doesn't work that way. So once Puja Gurudev met with this person, and there are some people who get very sensitive about some things which are worth to be laughed at, but they're sensitive. What can we do? So this person was very sensitive that he was, already bald, and he was trying different ways, different methods to re-irrigate the dry patch, the deforested area. He wanted to re-irrigate. So he was trying various things, and somebody told him that why don't you ask a great Mahatma? Sometimes, with their touch, things happen. So he found Gurudev, that too in Uttar Kashi, and he said, Swamiji, I have a question, personal question, I need some time. So Gurudev gave him 5 minutes, and he came. uh, I need some solution for Bal. I would have said, attend Bal Vihar. Gurudev, in his own majestic way, it seems, immediately went inside his room. It was a coconut oil. So he poured it into another bottle and then packed it and came back, gave it to him. He said, this is a very rare oil. It has essences of different kinds of herbs that have been meditated upon for this very purpose. And hyped it up. And he said, apply it. You have to go into the full moon, that shine, and apply it. And he was taking a complete, trolling him. So go into that moonlight and expose that portion to moonlight and then apply it and rigorously rub it into your skin. But remember, when you are doing so, the monkey with the red face should not be thought about. If that even crosses your mind, the entire power of this oil and the tapas behind it will be wasted. Now what happened? Exactly at that, up until then he would have never thought about a monkey with a red face at all. Takes that for somebody who is not qualified to give up even simplest of the things becomes difficult. One has to prep themselves up. Therefore, there are so many such festivals and vratas that are like, at least, fast for one day in a 15 days. The Ekadashi. Fast in once in 15 days. Make it a habit. So that when you have to finally renounce, you have developed enough strength that it is a possibility. Once in once in a year, when you go to Tirupati, give up your moha to your hair. Moha, delusion, there's so much that we are attached to this physical form as how we look. Give it up. Not that Tirupati Balaji will get something by getting your hair. उनको तुम्हारे बाल से कोई वास्ता नहीं है. But it is a discipline, the readiness to give, that is at the most physical level. Then the next physical level is at the taste buds. So fasting, or taking a vrata that on some days I'll not eat this kinds of food. So when you go to Kashi, they say take a vow of 3 things that you will give up. What kind of things people give up? Have you heard of a fruit called datura? It is a thorny plant with a thorny fruit which nobody ever eats. Nobody ever touches. In fact, it is said if you eat that, you'll go crazy. Nobody touches. Even animals don't eat it. And at Kashi, they take the sankalpa. I will not eat datura. Bewakoof pehle wo kha, baad mein chhod. That which you are eating, that you have to give up, not which you have never touched. So once I had this person, our own mission member, the senior member, he went to Kashi. And the first thing that, said, Swamiji, I have to share something. I just came back from Kashi. Please come to our house. And as soon as I got into their house, there was this. I usually befriend the kids. They are the most innocent ones. You have a lot of fun playing with them. So the grandson was my friend. So he said, Swamiji, and he said, do you want to have live fun? I said, yes. I didn't know what he was up to, what mischief he was up to, but he said, do you want to have live fun? I said, yes. So he winked at me and ran inside. And his Dadaji came, and I also went in, and he did Namaskar Chamaskar and said, Swamiji, I went to Kashi, it was such a uplifting experience. I said, Theek hai. And then this kid who is playing around, winks at me, saying that, the fun is going to start. He gives me a heads up. And then he comes to this Dadaji and, lies down on his knees and he said, Dadaji, what did you give up in Kashi? He said, yes, Swamiji, that is what I wanted to tell you, I want to share with you that everybody gives up this datura or, jackfruit or something else which they don't like. I gave up anger. So very good. So this kid again turns to me, again winks. So he goes around again, 2-3 rounds and does something, and then comes out, Dadaji, what did you give up? Beta, I gave up my anger. And then he goes around again and says, Dadaji, what did you give up? बात कर रहे हैं ना? I told you I gave up anger. Again he goes around. And this time he turns around and he has done this experiment on his Dadaji so many times that he knows. So he looks at me with, and then jumps in and says, Dadaji, what did you give up? बोलो ना एक बार, कितनी बार बोलूं? गुस्सा छोड़ के आया मैं. And then that kid again comes to me and says, did you have fun? Unqualified trying to give up that which you cannot. I think they are having entertainment. That which you cannot give up, you are not prepared yourself to give up. It will be difficult. Dukkham aptuma yogataha. Therefore, one should prep themselves up one by one to reach to that level wherein we can afford to give up and without thinking about it, without wasting a time of guilt or anything on that. कि अब मुझे छोड़ना पड़ रहा है. No Bollywood scene there. As much as that we don't spend a thought, when you eat a banana and you throw the peel away, do you have a second thought about it? About the peel? If not for this peel, I'm making it a Bollywood dialogue here, okay? If not for this peel, would the fruit have survived and reached up to me? Tere bagair. If you were not there. So, fold it and keep it in a big book like you store these flowers that your beloved gives or, chocolate wrappers. Put that also in a book. Do you ever do that with a banana peel? You throw it and you don't even have a second thought about it. Why? Its purpose is done. Right? Do you go extra economical that, I paid for not just the fruit but the skin also. I'm going to make good use of it. Do you go extra? I don't know. There can be some. Peel maybe a lot of appeal. Does anybody do that? Don't tell me if even if you do that. Because it served its purpose and I don't need to spend another thought about it. That kind of clarity, that kind of understanding with regards to renunciation, that once I renounce, I don't need to be looking back again, thinking about it. I should have thought about it. No, you're done. And then you move forward. That preparedness will come only going through consciously through the karma yoga. Otherwise, it will be painful. We'll continue next week. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.